Welcome to Las Vegas and inside the Orleans Arena. Everybody's been battling all year for this moment. You win, you advance, you lose, it's all over.
Winning the WCC was the one thing we were going to be satisfied with. It's something we've been talking about for us juniors and seniors since we first got here.
I could just see in the huddles like the belief in our players' eyes that we were going to go to that tournament and we were going to shake things up.
The San Francisco Dons, the 6th seed, against the 3rd-seeded Toreros on San Diego. Rakova off the glass and in.
My coach told me you have to be aggressive.
Proctor off the glass and in.
When I started attacking, big things happened. Anna hit a couple knockdown threes, and same with Rachel. Rachel was on fire.
Three-point shot goes down for Howard. Puts it up, knocks it down. It's a one-point game. Good, knocks down the jump shot.
I mean, sometimes to this day, like I ask myself, what if Taylor hadn't made that shot?
Is 5 of 6 shooting threes.
I just had something in me like, all right, we still have one shot, and I just wanted to win.
To Proctor, leans in for 3 and backs it in! I don't believe it!
Are you kidding me with that shot?
The Dons fight back and upset San Diego in overtime.
What did Jennifer Azzi, your head coach, say to you after the game was over and you knew that you were advancing to the semifinals?
When we got into that locker room, there was just hugs all the way around, tears of joy. But she said, you know, we can celebrate, but we can't celebrate too much. We got another one coming up.
San Francisco Dons against the St. Mary's Gales. This is going to be a true dogfight, isn't it?
Yeah, these are two really physical basketball teams that like to defend, get after it in the half court. I think the more physical team that will go out there and rebound the basketball and play tough without fouling is going to win this ball game.
Corner. 3 ball for Simon.
I think in the last few minutes when each possession was just so important and there was so much pressure because it was we scored, they scored, and it was just back and forth, back and forth. It was just like, who was gonna win? This could easily go either way.
Howard, Proctor for 3 in the lead, got it!
She just likes the big moment.
1 minute to play. Nicholson to Gallen for 3, and it goes!
How about that one?
46
seconds to go, and the Gales are up by 2.
As Taylor made her shot against San Diego with seconds left, this was at the same level, Z, with that score and that stop.
Dykes for 3, she's got it! The Las Vegas comes up big. It's a 1-point lead for San Francisco. Nicholson drives to her left. Has the ball taken away. That's it. San Francisco upsets St. Mary's. And the Dons and the Cougars will stage a championship rematch with the winner going to the NCAA Tournament.
Everyone was so locked into that game. It was just like a team win. Everyone was ready. Like everyone was just like burning to play BYU.
So going into the game in Las Vegas, our players believed in their heart of hearts that they let a wonderful opportunity slip away from them in Provo.
Lexi Rydalch with the ball, tied at 62. Rydalch across half court, has time. Up off the glass and good!
We wanted a rematch for that game, and we wanted a rematch for last year's championship game.
We didn't have to motivate our players at that point. They wanted it.
40 minutes until we make all that hard work we did every single morning at 5 a.m. on the soccer field, in the gym, sweat, tears, blood, all that. 40 minutes, and it could all be worth it right here, y'all.
Play together and have fun today.
Vital, go to work. That's her comfort zone.
It's now 10-0 as Kalani Purcell off the lob finishes inside.
You looked across the team on all of their faces, and not one person was, hanging their head, or you could sense any fear in their eyes.
Everybody look at me. We're going to win this game. Yes, okay?
We realized, well, our offense isn't really falling right now. Let's play defense.
We need to get 3 stops in a row. We need to stop and we need to score.
Janae Dykes all the way to the basket for USF.
Everybody's effort was unbelievable. Whoever was on the court, whoever's off the court, they would give nothing but their best.
Finishing inside, Michaela Rakova for USF, and it's a 3-point game.
If you were in our timeout, there were no arguments. Everyone was just like, come on guys, like we got this, we got this. Everyone was positive.
We got this right now, right now.
Like my 4 years, we haven't had that. Just to see everybody playing so hard for one another, I felt like, okay, you know what? We're gonna win this game.
Entire game. And one for Taylor Proctor. Misses. Here comes BYU and Kalani Purcell. Purcell has it stripped. Janae Dykes to steal. And the USF Dogs have won the West Coast Conference Tournament.
That last second goes off, like tears just come down my face. You know, it's like the most amazing feeling. I've been waiting this for 4 years.
All these memories, all these hard practices, all these things just meshed into one moment. All I want is to hug all my teammates and to not let go.
I can't even believe it, Rachel. We did it!
The person standing next to you on staff is the one that you've worked so hard with day in and day out. Every single one of us is over the moon to be working with each other.
They play for one another, and I love them with all my heart.
This is one of the closest teams I've ever been on. Every single person gets along. We compete in practice. We work hard. We listen to our coaches. You know, it was just everybody was pushing in the same direction towards the same goal, and I think that that is what ultimately got us the victory.
USF! 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 USF!
When we got home, and you know, it was super exciting, but it was even better to realize that the season wasn't over. We had accomplished, you know, our first goal, but the next goal was to go to the NCAA Tournament.
I never would have imagined going back to Stanford where we won a national championship back in a coaching capacity. This felt very different to be playing against your former coach and your former school.
It's a very confident San Francisco team coming off a WCC championship where they beat number 3 seed, number 2 seed, and number 1 seeded.
To get to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 19 years.
It was a tough game. You know, we're a great shooting team, and we didn't have a great shooting night at all.
Nothing coming easy for San Francisco in this ball game.
Even when we were down at great margins, I just wanted to make sure I was always telling my teammates, it doesn't matter, fight.
Howard does a great job of counting and the foul.
Just having the ability to be on that court with our team, the ones that we've struggled with all season. You know, we've come together, we've been together. People were diving after loose balls. They were trying to grab every rebound possible. They gave it everything they had, every ounce of themselves onto that court.
Ovation for Taylor Proctor and Janae Dykes, the two seniors who depart, and that's always a very tough moment.
You could read Jennifer Azzi's lips. I love you both.
They came to USF when USF had won 5 games. And so they took a program from that to the NCAA tournament. And I couldn't be more proud of them and of our team and our program. It's the first step in our program to get to this point, and it's another big step for USF.